My name's Elijah Doyamo.
Mesay Doyamo. And first question is, what is or is not working for urban agriculture? I think for the most part, I feel like it leans towards what is working for urban ag, and I think that part there's self-explanatory from seeing all the collaborations and just working with the community, the engagement, and also the just the opportunity to thrive from the land access that we have within the city lots that's allowing us to grow fruits and vegetables at the same time. How is growing, it's growing every year I've been involved. I've seen more and more participants, so I feel like this more it is, what is working more so than what is not. And if there isn't much that's not working, we've been able to find a way to and find that solution to make it work. So far I think everything is working and towards its favor of urban ag.
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off what Dad said there, I would say from a student perspective, I have seen nothing but flourishment for ag ed or for urban agriculture. What I will say about the not working part is that everything that was not working, we are using that to strengthen urban agriculture. And I think that it can only get stronger from here, as we have seen rapid growth within the last 2 to 3 years. I've been involved here with this awesome garden behind us for the last year, and it has grown tremendously.
Absolutely. And what I want to see in the future when it comes to urban agriculture, I believe it's more and more exposure within the communities at large, and at the same time I would say just a stronger support system towards where we can actually create like one huge oasis when it comes to urban farming. I believe there's one underway now in the Phillips area, the Phillips Urban Farm, and I want to see more of that on the north end of the city to just complement what's been, what we say, hard work for quite some time, starting with Mr. Michael Cheney, who exposed me to understanding a little more on urban agriculture and why it's important, how we fight food justice, how we help with the education portion when it comes to communities that are disadvantaged, and urban agriculture has allowed opportunities and pathways for just for that to happen, the education, the engagement, and also at the same time just being able to understand and know how we can sustain our community by utilizing what we can, what is out there, and it's all around us. We just got to be able to work together and continue to grow.
Yeah, and what I see personally for the future in urban agriculture is I think it's inevitable that urban agriculture will get bigger as urbanization is rapidly getting bigger. So I think that we could see in the future, foreseeable by square foot, gardens and farms that are much larger. There's a theory called Thomas Malthusian's theory of overpopulation, saying that if there's not enough food for everyone, then there won't be everyone. So inevitably we are going to need a lot of food, and that's why I think urban agriculture is going to be very big in the coming years and it's going to grow inevitably.
I agree. Also, lastly, what do I want people to know about urban agriculture? One, it is what we consider renewable resource. We have limited resource that we can continue to use in a form of regenerative farming, or and then also I'll say it is it's not for just there's no one way of doing it. There's multitude ways to create your own urban oasis when it comes to urban agriculture. You can have it in your own backyard if you like, but for the most part it's something that brings out the community. We want community engagement, right? And we want that to be something to be held at a high regard when it comes to making sure that our community is being provided with all the necessities. And urban agriculture, I believe, gave birth to that, and is allowing now more and more residents to be able to provide or for themselves, or at the same time learn how to sustain their environment.
Yeah, and I also want people to know that no matter where urban agriculture goes, it's going to go in a forward progress, because inevitably we need food and we also need community, and with those two together, I think we have inevitable success. Thank you.
Lastly, yes, I feel like I didn't mention it, but yes, it fills that void when we think of food insecurity. I feel like this is the big part of food security. Urban agriculture has allowed, communities who lack resources, let's say, food desert, that not only is detrimental to our community, but also has caused some diseases that we are now battling and combating to minimize. And to me, I feel like urban agriculture is what allows a community to have that food security for better health.
Can I ask one follow-up question? Because I love the way you brought Malthusianism into this, especially because part of what I think is special about urban ag is that it's mostly about food and community, whereas a lot of ag doesn't necessarily center on food.
Yes.
So for your oasis that you mentioned, I'm curious, like, what would be involved in that? Like, what do you want to make sure is in this oasis? Like a kitchen?
Oof.
I would definitely the production and the processing. Absolutely. Is being able to, not only show that, but be able to have access to that.
I think more of an ag answer, in my opinion, the ag in me would say Mother Nature's kitchen, and I guess the factual in me would say that just having the resources there for everyone is really, I think, how we have that kitchen.
And yes, food safety is very important. So at the same time, yes, that would be part of the, within that oasis.
I keep thinking when you're talking, I read this awesome article a couple years ago when Frogtown Farm was trying to build a kitchen. In Appalachia, there are still like community canning facilities with like gallon canners.
Yes.
And like retired engineers come and help maintain it, and it's like this community asset everybody keeps, because especially in August, it's much nicer to have a dedicated space than to have to can in your own kitchen. And so, like, really, I love if you're putting up gallons of beans, like that is serious food security. So awesome! Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.